All right, let's call the meeting to order, do the Pledge of Allegiance, and have a moment of silence. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. Thank you. Karen, would you do roll call, please?
Bailey.
Here.
Basardi.
Here.
Dolan.
Present.
Helmuth.
Yes.
Kennis.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Okay, approval of the agenda. I have just one thing, down under number 13. I would like to start adding chief's report. So that'll be 13, 14 will be 15, 15, 16, 16, 17. And if nobody else has anything, oh, sorry. Do I have to say what I want under unfinished business resolutions? Or when we come to that, can we list them?
I think what you want to do is you want to contact me and give me a list of resolutions you want brought back as an agenda item.
Then you decide if you want to approve those resolutions.
That's how that works. They have to be brought back.
Okay.
So you just call, you call and say, I'd like you to draft a resolution on this issue for council's consideration. And then, by the way, just so we're talking about it, resolutions have to be passed by a roll call vote, just so we know that going forward.
Okay, so tonight, I can't say that we want a resolution on Park Street, or the bulk water, or the police chief?
Why not?
Yes. Oh, I thought you had your other list. Yes, those are the ones.
Well,
we
I'll
talked-
take my other list
and-
off
and-
the thing,
Yes,
but,
yes, those three, yes, because they're
Okay.
part of our work session.
okay. And so the rest of these good ones, you don't want me to say right now?
Just gonna call me and tell me.
Okay. So under 8 unfinished business, I want to put forth the resolution for Park Street, bulk water, and police chief.
I move that we accept the agenda with the changes that have just been proposed.
Support.
Okay, we have a motion by Bailey, supported by Helmuth. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. We have no presentations, no public hearing. Call to the public on non-agenda items. Okay, consent agenda, A. Receive and file items.
If no one has any questions, I'll make a motion to receive and file consent agenda items A.
Support.
Okay, we have a motion by Helmuth, supported by Kennis. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. And then we have B, approval items with the bill amount.
Again, if there's no questions, I'll make a motion to approve consent agenda items B, including the bills in the amount of $42,230.92.
Support.
Okay, we have a motion by Helmuth, supported by Kennis. Karen, do you want to do a roll call, please?
Basardi.
Yes.
Helmuth.
Yes.
Kennis.
Yes.
Dolan.
Yes.
Bailey.
Yes.
Okay, unfinished business. We need a motion to, what? Bring forth the resolutions from, for Park Street, bulk water, and police chief.
Council's looking for a policy resolution on those three topics for action. Correct?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Okay.
You want a motion
Yeah.
to advise Bob to do that, Sue? Is that what you're asking?
Yes.
I'll make a motion requesting the attorney provide resolutions regarding Park Street, the bulk sale of bulk water, and the police chief.
I'll support.
Do you want to add in for the July meeting?
For the first regular meeting in July.
Support.
11th.
Okay, we have a motion by Helmut, supported by Bailey. Karen, do you want to do roll call, please?
Kennis,
100%.
Bailey,
Yes.
Dolan.
Yes.
Vasardi,
Yes.
Helmut.
Yes.
Okay, new business. Year-end budget reports. Amendments.
Thank you, Madam President. I have a memo attached to your agenda packet and a colored printout of the current budget, the projected year end, and the change that was effectuated by the budget amendments. So the last 2 pages of your packet are what you usually get in the form you usually get it, which is the account numbers and the dollar amount change by the amendment to bring it in line to what we believe we will spend at the end of the year. I must caution you, I'm providing you that colored sheet with your projected year end. Don't take that to the bank. When you receive your audit, you will have what is your year end. We've worked with staff to project what we believe to be our year end. We proposed budget amendments to make it align. Your green and yellow printout, though, I think does have value for you to take a look and see how you did in terms of spending and revenue for the year by fund. Generally, they're relatively small amounts. I think there are 2 large amounts that I would like to note. Of course, I'm open to any questions. One is the DDA operating expenses, 91,000, give or take, lower than what was budgeted. I think this was intentional from my discussions with Sue as a way to have funds that can be then rolled into a reserve for the M24 project. So that fund balance now, you have increased your, you should by the end of the year increase your DDA fund balance by approximately $90,000. You would then be able to move that into a construction fund for grant match or they would be able to move it into a construction fund for grant match on that project. The other large, very large revenue increase is in your water fund, $394,000 budget amendment up. That is primarily the sale of the Glassby property that was water fund purchased, water fund used, and so that went into the water fund as an unplanned, unbudgeted deposit. I'm open to any questions that you may have that I can try and answer.
I don't have a question per se, but I'd like to thank you for publishing this report. I think it's something that's been coming for a long time. It leads to greater transparency, in my opinion, and it also gives us kind of a better measure throughout the year as to where we are and where we can make on-the-fly adjustments. So thank you for implementing this report.
It's a great snapshot, and I concur. I was going to say the same thing. I do have 2 small questions without going back to my stack of budgets this tall and bigger than my office. Why is the police fund higher with our dissolution of our dispatch? And additionally, the general fund expenditures, I'm sure that's just a normal transactions for different projects that were not specifically budgeted. So there's one for 18 and one for 10.
I will be able to, I'll provide a report on the individual items for the law enforcement fund. Your police general fund is actually slightly lower on revenue and slightly lower on expense. I'm assuming you're relating to the law enforcement revenue, which is higher, and your law enforcement expense is lower.
Correct.
Than budgeted.
Yep.
I can take a look at that, but those are both, the expenses are both lower in both of those funds, not higher. Correct. Just make sure we're on the same page for the police expenditures and then lower law enforcement expenditures. In the blue lines, both of those are negative numbers, so we have lower expenses than anticipated.
My bad. I picked the wrong ones.
Okay. With regard to the general fund expenditure, you are a bit higher on wages. That was about half of your budget overage, and that was primarily to unanticipated benefit payment to your former manager when he left and had accrued time. Yeah, or however that is, that's the line item that approximates half of your 32,000 change.
None of those were showstoppers. I was just curious.
Sure.
So thank you very
I'm glad I
much.
could answer. Thank you. So I would request an action to accept the budget amendments as presented, if that's the pleasure of council.
I would make a motion to accept the budget amendments as presented.
Support.
Okay, we have a motion by Dolan, supported by Helmuth. Karen, do you want to do a roll call, please?
Bailey?
Yes.
Dolan?
Yes.
Lasardi?
Yes.
Helmuth?
Yes.
Kennis?
Yes.
We didn't have any items removed. Public comment. Managers report.
I only have one item, and that's to the public. If you have an opportunity to stop by the office, you can. We do have a new part-time individual that's helping us in the office. His name is Drew. Feel free to introduce yourself. He'll be helping us out as we continue to move towards getting full staffing in the office. That is all I have.
Okay. We don't have a clerk's report. Mike? Do you have nothing? Okay. Council comment? I'm going to start because Connie brought it to my attention. Apparently, the microphone up here at the stand is not working right, and it's not picking up people that are standing there. It's also my understanding that's our microphone. Correct, Connie?
Yeah, the desk.
Yeah. At the desk or the stand?
The desk.
The desk.
The podium I was able to adjust.
Oh.
It's still not great, but it works because I've got Tom's mic there also. This one over here is almost completely dead. I can't hear it.
Okay, because why isn't, when I watched the Tim's,
We adjusted the studio.
but it was cutting out, like, every,
That's also part of the system that does that. I have the headphones on, I'll be listening and suddenly it'll just go silent. And sometimes that comes through clearly in.
but is that because of that microphone?
Well be.
So I would suggest that we get 2 new ones.
Yes,
Because
I-
his interview was very distracting to have those
Yeah,
portions cut out.
hard to watch.
Yeah,
very good.
okay.
Yeah.
And the other thing
Okay.
I wanted to say is that I want to wish everybody a safe and happy 4th of July. We'll go this way. Eric?
I would like to start out by thanking the police chief for a greater emphasis of patrol in the Oxford Lakes area. There have recently been a lot of trespassing concerns, and I know the police department and the chief specifically has worked directly with subdivision representatives, and it's had some impact, so thank you for the increased presence. I'd also like to thank James for the continued professionalism of the front office and implementation of new individuals and procedures. We're starting to see some of that trickle down on our level, I believe, and I thank you for that. It's been a long time coming, and that's all.
Dave?
Yeah, I just had an opportunity to review the entire Thursday council meeting. What I was hearing from the microphone was what in the military they call squelch, which is the system. It's not a microphone problem, it's a function of the whole communication system. Somebody will speak and then shh, and then somebody else speaks and then shh. That's what you get without squelch. With squelch, there's silence when nobody is speaking. And I was hearing the person at the microphone speaking, and then when he stopped speaking, there was total silence, and you got the idea that the microphone had cut out. The system had cut out, not the microphone.
Now, see, I saw exactly the opposite, because I saw his mouth moving and no sound. So it doesn't matter.
And it may well be in the system because when I'm standing here, I'm getting a constant read. I'm picking up sound constantly.
Constantly. Okay.
And like I said, I'm not an electronics person. I adjusted Ford and was able to bring that one up some. But most of what they've been able to do is in the studio, and they can bring the audio up. But if there's interference, there's not much we can do about that.
When I saw his mouth moving, I thought that he was saying very quietly, not enough to activate the system.
No. Okay. Mo?
No.
Tom?
Yes. First of all, I want to thank the council for all their extra efforts while I had my knee surgery and my father passing. I really appreciate that. Additionally, James, you have been a welcome addition to our community. I cannot ask for anything more for the way you've taken over and your professionalism, and very much appreciate you being a part of our village. Chief, I concur with Eric, and thank everyone for not giving me a ticket if I roll through a stop sign.
Well, that'll stop. Yeah, really, that will stop.
Please tell me that was squelched.
Among other things.
Yeah.
Which I don't, by the way, but I thought I'd make you smile. Yes, thank you, everyone, and I apologize for not being here over the last 6 weeks as much as I normally am and should be.
Okay, and I'll take a motion to go into closed session.
Make a motion to go into closed session as allotted under MCL 15.268E to discuss litigation at 6:48 PM.
Support.
Okay, we have a motion by Helmus, supported by Dolan. Karen, do you want to do roll call, please?
Kennis,
Yes.
Bailey,
Yes.
Dolan.
Yes.
Basardi,
Yes.
Helmut.
Yep.